The NFL playoffs have created some of the best moments in the NFL. Some of those teams fell short while other teams were able to win it all. With the playoffs happening now, I decided to look back at some of the best comebacks we have seen so far. But before I get into this video, make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below what other videos I should do. But without further ado, let's get into the video. In 1992, the Buffalo Bills were starting to become a playoff team. Coming off a Super Bowl loss, Buffalo was looking to regain the crown. Led by quarterback Jim Kelly, the Bills became one of the most exciting offenses in the NFL. Players like receiver Andre Reed and running back Thurman Thomas would also stand out. The team would finish with a record of 11-5, securing the division title and a wildcard matchup against the Houston Oilers. Houston had a great passing game led by quarterback Warren Moon. The Oilers made playoff appearances before, but never made it past the divisional round. During the 1992 season, Houston was looking at another shot at the playoffs. They finished the season 10-6 and found themselves in a wildcard matchup against the Buffalo Bills. Going into this game, this would be the second matchup between the two teams this season, with the Oilers winning the last matchup 27-3. However, the Bills would face adversity before the game even started. They would lose their quarterback Jim Kelly to a knee injury at the end of the season, and Buffalo would turn to their backup Frank Reich, who was starting his first game. The Bills would have a rough start to the game. Oilers quarterback Warren Moon started out hot, throwing 4 touchdowns in the first half. The Bills would respond with only 1 field goal going into halftime with the score 35-3. In the second half, there would be a shift in momentum. Bills running back Kenny Davis scored the first touchdown of the half, and Frank Reich threw for 4 more. At this point, the Bills scored 35 unanswered points and took their first lead of the game, making the score 38-35. The Oilers would respond with a field goal late in the game to go into overtime. In overtime, the Oilers would get the ball first, but Moon would throw an interception and give the ball back to Buffalo. With the game tied at 38, the Bills would kick a game-winning field goal, and just like that, the Bills moved to the divisional round and overcame the biggest playoff deficit in NFL history. In 2013, the Indianapolis Colts looked to make their second playoff appearance in a row. Led by head coach Chuck Pagano, the Colts were one of the best teams in the AFC. This team had a prime Andrew Luck and a 1,000-yard receiver in T.Y. Hilton. During the season, the Colts became division champions and secured their spot in the wild card against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs were dominant during the beginning of the 2013 season, starting 9-0, but lost 5 of their last 7 games at the end of the season. This took them from a potential first-round bye to settling for a wild-card spot. In the wild-card game, the Colts would struggle early. Andrew Luck threw 3 interceptions, and the Colts were only able to score 10 points in the first half. The Chiefs, on the other hand, scored 31 points with Alex Smith throwing 2 touchdowns. The momentum started to change in the second half when Andrew Luck scored 4 touchdowns. The Chiefs were only able to make 2 field goals, and the game would end with Andrew Luck connecting with T.Y. Hilton for the game-winning touchdown. The game would end 45-44, and the Colts moved on to the divisional round and played against the New England Patriots. The New England Patriots would become a dynasty during the 2010s. Coming off an AFC Championship loss, New England was looking to win their second Super Bowl this decade. In the regular season, the Brady-Belichick duo would nearly sweep the regular season, going 14-2. The Patriots would receive a first-round bye and beat both the Texans and Steelers in the playoffs. They would punch their ticket to the Super Bowl where they would play the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons were a team making their first playoff appearance since 2012. Quarterback Matt Ryan was having a great year, winning MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. During the season, Atlanta finished with a record of 11-5. They would move on to the playoffs and beat the Seattle Seahawks and Green Bay Packers. The two teams will face off in Houston, Texas, and this game would immediately go in Atlanta's favor. The Falcons scored 21 unanswered points, including a pick 6 from cornerback Robert Alford. New England responded with a field goal before the half, cutting the lead down to 18 points. In the second half, running back Tevin Coleman scored the Falcons' only touchdown of the half, and the New England Patriots started their comeback. They would score 25 unanswered points and tie the game up with a 2-point conversion by receiver Danny Amendola. The game would go into overtime, and the Patriots received the ball first. With no hesitation, Patriots running back James White scored the game-winning touchdown, and the New England Patriots will become the 2016 Super Bowl champions. The Kansas City Chiefs was a very great team going into this season. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes dominated the whole season, earning his second Pro Bowl. They also had one of the best receiving corps in the NFL, with additions like Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Kansas City won their division, and in the regular season, 12-4. After their first round bye, they would face the Houston Texans in the divisional round of the playoffs. The Houston Texans looked to bounce back from the wildcard loss in the previous year. Led by Coach Bill O'Brien, the team had a record of 10-6. After an overtime win against Buffalo in the wildcard, the Chiefs were their next opponent. The game would start in the Texans' favor, scoring 24 unanswered points. However, in the second quarter, the Chiefs put themselves on the board. Patrick Mahomes threw 4 touchdowns and Kansas City took a 28-24 lead at the half. In the second half, the Chiefs would continue to lead the game, scoring 3 more touchdowns. The Texans were only able to come up with 1 touchdown in the second half, and they would end up losing and blowing a 24-point lead. As for the Chiefs, they would go on to win the Super Bowl against the San Francisco 49ers, making it the second Super Bowl in franchise history. The Jacksonville Jaguars were never seen as a playoff team. In the 2022 season, they plan to change that after missing the playoffs in the year prior. With Doug Peterson in his first year as the head coach, the Jaguars will find themselves at a 4-8 record during the season. They will go on to win the last 5 games, and they'll make the playoffs and face the Chargers. The Chargers were similar to the Jaguars coming off a bad season last year. They wanted to make the playoffs as well. The Chargers made the playoffs by winning 4 of their last 5 games, compiling a record of 10-7. In this game, the Chargers got out to an early lead. They would score 27 points in the first half. The Jaguars put themselves on the board with only a touchdown before the half, and quarterback Trevor Lawrence threw 4 interceptions up until that point. In the second half, things would immediately change. The Chargers would only be held to a field goal, and the Jaguars scored 3 touchdowns. After a few more stops on defense, Jacksonville marched down the field and kicked the game-winning field goal. The Jaguars will win the game 31-30 and move on to the divisional round. With the playoffs happening right now, it is interesting to see what kind of moments are going to happen. From upsets to comebacks, anything is possible in the playoffs. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all in the next video.